I have a secret to tell you. My life, your life, the lives of your family and friends, the people that you know, and even the people that you don't know, all of us, our lives are not exactly the way we thought they would be. I'll repeat that. Our lives are not the way we thought that they would be. Let me give you an example. I have a friend. She met her husband and they got married and lived very nicely for a few years, and then they got divorced. Details are not necessary. She is not in a place in her life right now that she thought she ever would be. Myself included. I'll share something personal for the sake of learning. My husband and I, when we met, we were planning on going in one direction in our careers together. That did not end up panning out. My husband ended up doing a career switch. My life did not turn out the way that I thought it would be, not the picture that I thought it would be. There are many, many examples of this. I have another friend, same with to continue on the topic of marriage. She started dating at a young age, and everyone had money on the fact that she was going to get married very quickly. 17 years later, she's still dating, and life is just not where she thought it would be today. But here's the thing. We may even have an idea of where we should be, and perhaps where God would want us to be in terms of our success and our health and our love lives, in our families, in all areas of life. But even if we reach the destination, how we get there and what it looks like once we're there are usually not the way that we plan. It could be that we thought we were going to have more money than we do. It could be that we thought would have more children than we do. It could be that our children did not turn out the way that we thought that they would. See, life does not always turn out the way that we think it should, and in fact, it usually doesn't. But here's the good news. It usually turns out much, much better. See, we don't always have an idea of what maximizing our potential looks like. But God, who directs our lives, has every idea of what maximizing our potential looks like. I was talking to somebody recently who told me that just because I think I'm supposed to be serving God in one way doesn't mean that He thinks so. So, for example, you might think that you should have a certain kind of a job and that that's going to be the way to become the best you possible. But it turns out that you might need a journey to discover the job that you really should be having, so that you can become a bigger you than you were before. Or perhaps a person would need to lose something in order to become their greatest version of themselves. Even when we experience something painful, that's certainly not planned or not something we would want. But that too is a way of making us greater and bigger. And while these ideas seem lofty and not connected to us, not relevant, it's an idea for somebody else, not for me. It becomes painfully clear when we see it happening in our lives over and over again. And I bet if you just take a minute to think about 10 years ago, where you thought your life would be and where it really is right now, you would agree with me that things don't match up. Let's say you really want to get out of the situation that you're in. You're really in a bind. Something really bad is going on, or maybe not the good thing that you really want hasn't happened yet. How do you get there? How do you emerge from where you are and go towards where you want to be? If you really, really want to emerge from the negative place that you're in and go somewhere else, or you really want to gain something positive and be ambitious, either one, there is only one way to get out of it, and you have to go through it. You know, there's a kid song where they sing, "Can't go under it, can't go over it, can't go around it, have to go through it." You have to go through it. And sometimes you really have to look for the jewels of where and what am I supposed to be learning and getting out of this. The answer is right here, right in front of me. What do I need to be getting out of this situation right now? And once you do that, you unlock the place that you're in and go to the place that you want to be, or the place that you're not meant to be next. Whether or not that's where you want to be, I don't know. My hope for all of us is that we get to where we want to go and that our sights match up with the sights that are best for us. Happy Hanukkah, Shabbat Shalom.